The Masjid Imam, formerly known as Shah-mosque, also known as Cem Abbasi Mosque, Masjid Sultani, and Royal Mosque, regarded as a masterpiece of Persian architecture in the Islamic era. Located at the heart of the city of Isfahan, alongside of the Nakush-i-Jahan Square. This mosque is considered one of the most important historical mosques in Isfahan, which was built during the Safavid era under the rule of Shah Abbas, the Safavid king. In terms of architecture, it is also the most important display of Persian architecture in Islamic era. This structure is the everlasting masterpiece in terms of architecture, tiling and carpentry. In 1931, Shah Mosque was registered as one of Iran's national monuments and was also registered as a UNESCO World Heritage Site along with Nakshi-Jahan Square. The ingenious setting of the square was to gather the three main components of power in Persia in its backyard. The power of clergy, represented by Shah Mosque, the power of merchants, represented by the Imperial Bazaar, the power of Shah himself, residing in Ali Kapı Palace, the Bazaar Gate for the merchants, the King's Palace, the King's Oratory, and the Grand Mosque. The four monuments, all different, but united by the regular alignment of the arcades. Their placing on the four sides of the square demonstrates the coexistence of the different powers in a strict hierarchy in which religion is the dominant factor. The long side of the square defines the axis of the new city. The mosque is turned towards Mecca. Two directions are diverge by 45 degrees. One of the most prominent features of Shah Mosque is its peculiar orientation. While that time most of the important buildings were built facing towards Mecca, the entrance of the mosque leads another way. But after entering the entrance gate of the mosque, one makes a slight turn to the right as the portal leads him, and coming out in the yard of the mosque, face exactly Mecca direction. Due to this trick, both structures, the entrance and the main dome of the mosque, are equally visible from the square, not blocking the view of each other. The unique architectural feature of the mosque is acoustic properties. Anyone speaking under the dome will be clearly heard by anyone inside. The variety of blue colors in interior and exterior tiled walls become the signature of the mosque. Persian brick domes are constructed without centering, based on spatial techniques subtly reflected in the structure assemblage. This feature results in a juxtaposition of the masonry and wooden elements, and the technopoetic fulcrum, namely the Shahahang Hanjar technique. This contains a vertical wooden column established in the center of the dome with radial timbers fixed to this structure and an ardican chain radially adjusted. The role of circumferential and radial wooden elements becomes indispensable for the building process. Surrounding the pool is a large rectangle 47 meters by 60, bordered by arcades. In the middle of the four sides, a huge porch opens in a rectangular facade. This is called an Ivan. Above the Ivan on the west is an astronomical observation platform. The plan of this courtyard, known as the four Ivan, is on the classic model for Persian mosques. The plan is based on a symmetrical axis which points the whole building towards Mecca.
Isfahan is probably the first post-medieval example of an open city, with no fortifications, deliberately oriented towards the landscape. The river is spanned by two significant bridges launching the city's view towards the surrounding territory. Even today, triggers a strong sensation. The Shah Mosque was built on the south side of Isfahan's Meydan, the royal square of Isfahan that had been built under Shah Abbas. The Shah Mosque was Shah Abbas's largest architectural monument. The mosque's monumental portal Ivan is located exactly opposite the portal Ivan on the northern arcade of the Meydan, which connects Meydan to the Old Bazaar to the north. The people who were involved in the mosque's construction from the inscriptions installed on the building, which identify Badi'a Zaman Tuni as responsible for the building plans and site arrangement, Ali Akbar Isfahani as the architect and engineer, and Muhib Ali Beg as the general constructor. The Shah Mosque was a huge structure. It employed the new 7-color style of tile mosaic. Unlike the earlier Iranian mosques, in this method, artisans put on all the colors at once, then fired the tile. Cheaper and quicker, the new procedure allowed a wider range of colors to be used, creating richer patterns, sweeter to the eye. According to the Jean Cardin, a French traveler, it was the low humidity in the air in Persia that made the colors so much more vivid, and the contrast between the different patterns so much stronger than what could be achieved in Europe, where the colors of tiles turned dull and lost its appearance. Still, most contemporary and modern writers regard the tile work of the Shah Mosque as inferior in both quality and beauty compared to those coverings the Lat Falah Mosque. The latter often referred to by contemporary Persian historians such as Iskandar Munshi as the mosque of great purity and beauty. The dome of Shah Mosque has a huge dome with 2 shells. The exterior shell is decorated by white, black, soil color, and cream arabesque pattern in the light blue background. This design is symbolize the paradise and prepare happiness for human. In addition, locating cream color on the white color demonstrates the human and his soul disappearance when person meets his Lord. However, light blue is representing sky, brown color refers to stability, convenience, and the comfortable environment of the mosque. Besides, white symbolizes God and representing unity and purity. All the interior and exterior walls of the mosque are decorated by 7-colored mosaic tiles, which has yellow, green, and white pattern on the mostly dark blue background. In wall design, green symbolizes the charity, peace, health, and success. Therefore, it makes the worshippers more refreshed during their worshipping. Also, it shows the highest divine level of place and supreme spirituality. Green carried both of yellow and blue colors. This means green symbolizes not only hope, wisdom, and perfection during time, but also it represents spirituality, faith, and calmness. Yellow color also increases the motivation and happiness in human. It symbolizes maturity during time and shows the expectation of reaching white, that is symbolizing unity of light, purity, spirituality, and God as a destination. This color also makes the place more cheerful. Furthermore, the yellow color, which is used in the center of the dome, tries to symbolize the sense of hope, faith, and aspire to joining God, and obtaining the perfect wisdom. This color is located in the highest point, and it is also pointing to perfection and maturity by the time. Nevertheless, azure is symbolizing the divine universe that brings calmness from human original paradise, and dark blue representing sky. Additionally, the lower part of the walls are covered by dodo marble.